It's DDE, baby, every day is super crazy.
Digital media consumption in Africa is growing at an unprecedented speed. And tapping into this, video game developers have now become a major competition for television and movies on the continent. And the increasing penetration of mobile applications have opened up the gaming market even further to a whole new range of new players that are providing local platforms for internationally produced games and creating games that resonate with the local fans.
Michael on a combo of 19. Michael on a combo of 19. Are you kidding me? Michael had a combo still. He's looking to get one. He's looking to get one. He's out of ammo. Oh my god, he's out of ammo. He just needs one. He just needs to steal off one kill and he gets the nuke. He gets the nuke. We're now in nuke territory, people. Oh my goodness, Michael gets the nuke on the last game of the last qualifier. We are on a nuke from Michael as expected. It is game, set and match. Complete kick in the nuts for K9 from K9 delivered to Dax via Michael in the form of a nuke. Yo, it is time, it is game time. Let's get this show on the road. It is time. Somebody in the chat, tell me if my mic is fine, if you guys can hear fine before we get to the game. Is the music louder than anything? Can you hear me just fine? Is my audio just fine? Let me know. Is it too loud? Should I reduce anything? Let me know in chat. before we get this show on the road? Let me know. We are live for the 1080 multiplayer showdown, going down every Wednesday for $30. Every Wednesday. Let me just show you the matchups first. There's one game. Some of the games will be played off stream. Some of the games will be played off stream. For now, some of the games will be played off stream. Monarchs versus Dark Fate will be played off stream. I'll update you on those results. It's going on right now. The first game of the day officially on the stream will be Cyclone Gaming versus Rage Esports. Feel the rage. Cyclone Gaming versus Rage Esports goes up first. The mode of choice today is one most of Call of Duty mobile players have not been familiarized with because it's a new mode introduced last season. Control. Control is a new mode introduced last season. That's right. We're going for Control. This is a Control only tournament. Just to show you again, the first game is Cyclone Gaming versus Rage Esports. Cyclone Gaming versus Rage Esports goes up first. Into the lobby, Cyclone Gaming up top, represented by Life, Bailey's like the liquor, Calamity, and Simpsy. Guess each team is waiting for some of the members to join up. Timsy, Indahize, Tipsy, and two other guys who will join up will be the gladiators for Rage Esports. Taking a look at chat right now. Crystal Clear says Nero. What's up? Devoid Gaming, everything perfect. Thank you so much for the update. Keep chat busy. Keep the toxic banter coming, fam. I like the reason we're an esports community. Call of Duty is known to be the most toxic one. So don't be afraid to throw that banter in chat. Meanwhile, don't forget to subscribe to the channel as you enjoy your premium Wednesday night violence. Brought to you by 1080 Esports. Once again, the mode of choice today is Control. For those who don't know what Control entails, fam, let me just show you. Basically, as the mode says, it suggests that the teams on each side share their lives. What that means is individually, fam, you can't afford to keep getting killed. Let me just change the tone for that one. Alright, once again, let me make that one clear. The mode of choice today will be Control. Control is the mode of choice for this particular tournament. For those who are not familiar with Control, because Call of Duty Mobile had this mode introduced last season. Now Control has both teams sharing the number of lives in question. Basically, all the players on the team share a limited number of lives. You cannot afford to keep getting killed off as you'll be letting down your team. The game is divided into multiple rounds. After each round, the attackers and defenders are swapped, just like any other hill-taking point. The team that meets the required wins for the first wins the round. If the attacking team captures both A and B before the limit time is reached, they will win the round. If the defending team prevents the points A and B from being captured, they will win the round. Basically, there's a time limit. One team will try to capture both sides and the other defends. There's also, you can exhaust the other team by killing them off, making them waste their lives entirely. Control, new mode that's introduced into the Call of Duty series. They introduced it into CDL last season as well, but still on Vanguard. Last season on CDL rather, not for Vanguard. Then they've had it for a while. Alright, Premium Night Violence. Once again, for those just joining the stream, let me catch you up on who's who. Who's playing who? Monarchs versus Dark Fate is being played off stream right now. The first game of the live stream is Cyclone Gaming versus Rage Esports. Cyclone Gaming represented their gladiators. Gladiators in the field are Michael, the Scourge of Africa. Michael, the Scourge of Africa, is playing for Cyclone Gaming. For those who do not know this man, Michael currently is holding the top seat on Call of Duty Mobile on the African continent. The Scourge of Africa, no longer just East Africa, fam. Africa as a whole. Africa as a whole. And we're off. We are off. The mode of choice, again, for this tournament is control. Control only. Game 1, Cyclone Gaming versus Rage Esports. For Cyclone Gaming, are in blue to your left. In yellow are Rage Esports. As we wait for the countdown right now to get this show on the road. The mode control, the map Raid. Raid, a very, very basic bread and butter map for the Call of Duty series overall, not just mobile. Waiting for this to get underway. I'm hoping. Am I the only one hoping for a nuke here? Hold on a second. I didn't even notice that the game had started. The game had started. And Cyclone Gaming already have A and B. And that's because I was concentrating on a player who was AFK on the side of Rage Esports. Seriously? Oh, wow. I thought I was seeing things. Man, I thought I was seeing things, honestly. Hold on. Yeah, okay. Whew, thank goodness. Alright, now we've started. And let's get this show on the road. The mode is control. The map is Raid. They're waiting for Instinct, Ugandan player, insane sniper, but today using a marksman rifle, the SKS. Tries to take aim at Calamity on the other side. Timsy goes out as first blood. As the hill on the B point tries to be taken by the side of Rage Esports, who are now going to try and capture the hill. On the defense is the side of Cyclone Gaming in blue. Simpsy and company. In defense, he sees in the Hize. Goes through, gets the kill. Currently losing lives is Rage Esports. As you can see, the live count matters. Both teams are sharing a significant amount of lives. I guess you get 30 lives on each team right now. Yeah, I'd panicked a bit. I thought the game had started. I panicked a bit. Seriously. That was like going to be amateur. And Timsy going straight for B on his own solo effort, but failed as Tipsy on the other side stops that effort. Life. Takes life twice. Michael takes Tipsy and in the Hize. It was Life who was providing support. Just got the assists on those kills. But Michael got 2 for the price of 1. Currently on a combo of 3. Doesn't see Instinct and Timsy coming behind him. Few shots on there. Michael takes Tipsy with him. Timsy retreats. Can only do nothing but watch. But the clock is running down. 15 seconds in. And the B point is only half taken by Rage Esports. You know, Michael has his streaks. Rage Esports down on their lives seriously. 5 seconds in on that first round. Control a very, very strategic round that seems Call of Duty mobile players have not gotten a chance to get used to this mode. So you can see most of the team, the side of Rage Esports, haven't even had a chance to strategically take any point at all. They didn't even halfway take B. And now we've rotated. It's up to the side of Cyclone Gaming to take the hills, while Rage Esports defends. Rage on the defense now. Again, the number of lives shared by each team is 30, and they're now getting sprayed and prayed on the other side by the side of Cyclone, who go for B in numbers. 3, but Michael taken down by Indahize. Strategically as Calamity peeping a toe into the B point almost fully taking it with Simpsy as the backup. And Tipsy comes to stop that effort. But the B point is already gone the way of Cyclone Gaming. Only left for A. Rage Esports can do nothing but defend A. Rage have to only defend A now. B already gone the way of Cyclone Gaming. They can only defend A to keep themselves in this race. Control, once again, a very tricky mode, fam. Simsy walking around with the Annihilator. But on the other side, Michael already gone for the A point. Halfway captured that A point, nade out. Calamity at the window, Michael taken out by Instinct. Remember, the lives are being shared now. And on the side of Cyclone Gaming, they have 19 lives left. Oh, 19 lives apiece left. And suddenly Cyclone are down their lives, losing a full squad all at once. 18 on 15, and it's complete pandemonium as the A point still not completely taken, but Calamity close by, watching, almost fully taken now. He's going in, peeping a toe, trying to spray and pray at the point. Bailey's comes towards support in the He stops his advance, goes in for the defense, but A is almost fully taken. 16 on 9 lives and A is fully captured, giving Cyclone Gaming the win on this particular round of Control. Intense. That was intense. Okay, that was intense. Cyclone Gaming showing complete dominance on that side. Round 1 had Rage Esports on the offense, and they didn't manage to take any hill. Cyclone just showed them how it's done, and now they're on the defense yet again. Can Rage manage to take any point? They've moved for what? Oh no. These men are completely spread apart. They've sent bodies for B, but they're facing complete offense. Their lives being wasted. 25 on 21 now. They've chosen the dogfight just to waste the lives of Cyclone Gaming. Kill them off. If they can't capture any point, they might as well waste the lives of Cyclone Gaming and Indahizi predictively with that situational awareness. But it was not enough as it gets taken out by Life from a distance. Life sprays and prays, gets taken out by Tipsy. Tipsy on that CBR4 dives into B, takes out Simsy as now Rage Esports get a toe in B and try to send 2 bodies. But now Tipsy finds himself alone, throws in a trophy system. We're going to stay on his camp for a while and see if he can manage to successfully cap this on a solo effort. But Indahizi tries to flank and keep the defense. Someone is in the hill right now. Someone is in the hill. It's not Tipsy, it's Saint. Saint from Rage Esports fully takes B for Rage Esports. Finally, they have a cap to their name. Saint takes on Calamity, flash banged him in the process and got the kill. But now the lives are severely down on the side of Cyclone Gaming, who now have 11 lives left. This round was complete pandemonium as these guys were trading blows. Seriously, 10 lives. We might have victory decided by the number of lives lost, fam. The number of lives lost might determine the victory on this round, as A doesn't seem to be a possibility on the side of Rage Esports. Reaching A! Tipsy loses his life to Simsy. Oh my goodness. Rage Esports only have 4 lives left. Indahizi sending himself in a precarious situation, about to face up against Michael. Wins that dogfight. Simsy forces his way into the hill. He loses that dogfight and we're now 5 on 3. It's a battle of lives. Nobody's going for A. Rage Esports know this. They only have 3 lives left. They have to be careful. Calamity wastes one of those lives. Takes out Saint. Life tries to go for the flank and they're out of lives. Rage Esports try as they might. Oh my goodness. Try as they might. It just wasn't happening for them. It just wasn't happening for them. Rage now on the defense. Cyclone on the offense trying to go for the hills. Simpsy sends his way into B. Indahizi goes round and round on that van, taken out. as Sims dips a toe in the B point. Oh, Michael Simpsy went in the middle of a third party where Michael was being taken out, but Simpsy came into third party. That gunfight, he sprays and prays. Life, on the other hand, also sprays and prays on that CBR4. On the defending side, our men still have the lower count in lives, but somehow Bailey's and Calamity are in the B point, about to fully cap it. That hill going their way as Cyclone Gaming show Rage Esports how it's done. Control, a precarious mode that where even the pros are taking their time to get used to this. Only introduced on Call of Duty Mobile last season. Now the A point, the only defense left for Rage Esports. Indahize. And Saint left to defend. Indahize left alone. As Cyclone send all their blue bodies that way. Life sprays from a distance. Indahize just peeps his way in, still on the defense, hanging on a prayer. About to meet a gunfight and taken out by Simsy with a cheap shot, who sends himself in, finding a leeway for his teammates to walk into the A point. Now suffering from the respawns, Rage Esports have to force their way in, still to defend. And Michael takes the kill. Combo of 3 steal. I'm about to meet Indahize. Doesn't see him from behind. They circle around that particular villa. The villa by the pool. And they've started the cap. Michael, Life is back up. One of their teammates just left. Oh my goodness, one of their teammates just left. It just hit me. That Cyclone are playing a 4v5 now. And it doesn't matter, as it's GG's on the side of Rage Esports, who lose that round. Are you kidding me? Four and 0. Cyclone Gaming just 4-0'd Rage Esports. Taking a look at the stats. The stats tell a very, very, I don't want to say sad story, but it's a sad story. Michael carrying heavily on those 32 kills. His KD jeez. Meanwhile, Rage Esports, their top contender on the KD, Instinct, will only do 19 kills. Cyclone Gaming clearly, completely outclassed Rage Esports heavily. Control is clearly a mode that will take some getting used to for these players, fam. I have seen Rage Esports play the tier 1 league on the contender league elsewhere. I've seen most of these guys. The names are familiar. They might play under different teams, but I have seen them play. And today, it was a complete masterclass by Cyclone Gaming there. I have no idea. Maybe we might blame it on the fact that it's Control. And most of us haven't played Control that well. So gelling your team to Control, maybe I'm the one who's making excuses, but I don't know. Either way, the fact is, I'm seeing most guys talking about a DQ in the comments section. What happened? Someone update me. Let me just get the update. But before I get that update, fam, all I know is that the numbers are telling me that Rage Esports just got washed 4-0. That's all I know so far. Until I am... Are you kidding me? After all that work, Cyclone just got DQ'd. For those who are watching the stream and don't know what DQ'd means, it's short form for disqualified. Somebody explain to me, what weapon was used that wasn't allowed? Alicia, I beg to differ. The reason we might be having a hard time adjusting to control is because we haven't played it as much. It's fun. I find it's exhilarating, honestly. It's a really niche mode. Entertaining in its own right, and it's challenging the more you play it. Most people don't like change. That's it. Most people, it's human nature, Alicia. I understand why, but generally we don't like change. We like the comfort of what we know, and what we know so far is hardpoint, domination, and search and destroy. The straight line we're used to. Control was introduced last season on console, and now on mobile last season for us. On the Pro League, I mean, last season being last year on Control. Control was introduced last year for console in the Call of Duty League last year. For Call of Duty Mobile, we only got Control last season. So I can understand why you're apprehensive about the mode. Why it feels... Most people don't like new stuff, but you'll get used to it. You'll get used to it, fam. It's a very... Once you get your way, find your way around that mode, it's a really nice mode. But hey, to each their own. To each their own. They were using the CBR4. Really? CBR4 was banned. Huh. Let me just check that page. Simply use the Annihilator. Simply use the Annihilator. So Rage Esports get the win courtesy of a disqualification. That is tragic. That is tragic, fam. That is tragic, fam. No operator skills allowed, and they use the Annihilator. So Cyclone Gaming, after all that effort, get that ban. Alright, let me take you to the next matchup. These were the games to be played today. The first game was supposed to be Monarch versus Dark Fate. As I wait for the room to come through for that. Oh, looks like Monarchs proceeded. Monarchs beat Dark Fate to move on to the semis. Monarchs beat Dark Fate to move on to the semis. Then Inferno versus Elite Gamers was also played off stream, and Unsullied Army versus Outlaws was played off stream. So Inferno beat Elite Gamers and moved on to the next round. The Outlaws beat Unsullied Army and moved on to the semis as well. So the first game of the semis if I have it right, the first game of the semis will be, I'm seeing Inferno versus Outlaws and Monarchs versus Rage Esports. Yes, they have been disqualified, man. They have been, Cyclone Gaming have been disqualified after just using the Annihilator, man. No operator skills are allowed in this tournament. After putting on a 4-0 washing of Rage Esports. Rage Esports moved forward because of a wow. That is unfortunate. And that is being kind. That is unfortunate. Inferno. Oh, Inferno did not beat EG. We got a DQ time. Okay. Let me just see. Because I'm only reading through and I assume what's next. I'm reading through the Discord results here. So Inferno. Wow, you got disqualified and you're in the chat, in the comment section, my guy. Deadshot. You got DQ'd. You got DQ'd and you're in the chat right now, fam. What happened? What happened to your team, fam? I'm waiting for the whatever thing is, the results, the next games to be dropped for me. I need those room links. Meanwhile, while they send that, let me play one short ad. Do not leave the stream. I'm coming right back. One short ad. These the 1080 have to pay the bills, my guys. That's how live streaming works. They're able to sponsor these things every Wednesday because they have to pay the bills. And let's do just that. Stay on stream. And we're back. We're back. Told you it will be short. Alright. Still haven't gotten the rooms yet. Still waiting. Still waiting for whoever's playing up first. I need to get updated. On the other side, let me just take a look at chat. Okusun Emmanuel. Ah, you know the title. Why do they take forever to start the match? I don't know, fam. I don't know. I'm just the mouthpiece. Otherwise, I am your mouthpiece for tonight, your maestro of mayhem, your minister of violence, Eugene Abu Dhabi, hailing all the way from the Kenyan capital, Nairobi. It is Wednesday night violence, fam. Wednesday night violence. The name of the game is Call of Duty Mobile. This is all brought to you, made possible by 1080 Esports. Positive. Thank you, fam. Take a moment, hit the like button on the chat. Waste no time, cost you nothing. I forgot something. Oh my goodness. Shame on me. What bloody... yeah. Shame on me. I forgot something that's a bread and butter thing for Call of Duty in East Africa. We have a verse. And I mean a Bible verse. I have a Bible verse. We have a Call of Duty Bible verse in East Africa. Let me just read it for you. The Book of Chaos, chapter 3, verse 1 and 2. It says, I come in peace to witness violence, not to partake in it in any form, nay, but to feed off the violence. I do not support the oppressor, neither do I feel for the oppressed, and neither will I tolerate them who seek peace on these grounds. We, the Call of Duty community, will sit and witness unrest. The Call of Duty congregation says amen. 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 As we wait up for the next games, we are already in the semis. Let me just show you what just happened, fam. Let me just show you what just happened there. The only game we've managed to stream so far is this. Cyclone Gaming versus Rage Esports is the only game that we've streamed so far. Cyclone Gaming versus Rage Esports is CODM free. Telerati. Are you kidding me, man? Tilerati is from the Ugandan community of Call of Duty. He's just being a douchebag in the stream. In chat. Send the verse here, please. You want me to send the verse? That's a long verse to type, fam. Let me just send this, Let me just see. All I'll type in the comments section is the Book of Chaos, I'll just say the verse over again. The Book of Chaos, according to the Call of Duty Community Gospel Bible. It says, Chaos chapter 3 verse 1 and 2 says, I come in peace to witness violence. Hold on, the music was a bit too loud. Now let me just The Book of Chaos chapter 3 verse 1 and 2 says, I come in peace to witness violence, not to partake in it in any form, nay, but to feed off it. I do not support the oppressor, neither do I feel for the oppressed, and neither do I feel for those who come to seek peace on these grounds. We shall sit and witness unrest. The Call of Duty community says amen. Alright, let me just see. I've been sent the next room finally. Jesus, it took so long. Took long enough. Let me just get into the next room. Wrong code. Come on. Really? Somebody got it. Thank you, Parzival, for sending the verse. Parzival, you're a lifesaver, fam. While we wait for the verse, while we wait for the room code. Let me just thank you, Parzival, for sending the verse, the Book of Chaos. And I can read it straight from the stream. The Book of Chaos. Let me just put the mood. Let me set the mood. Let me take you people to church. Since we have nothing but time as we wait for this room. I don't know what's taking so long. Let's just entertain ourselves as we wait. Let me set the mood. I want to set the mood with for that verse. All right, let's go to church, fam. The Book of Chaos, chapter 3, verse 1 and 2. We have come here to witness violence, not to partake in it in any form, but to feed off it. We don't support the oppressor, and neither do we feel for the oppressed, and neither do we tolerate them who come to seek peace on these grounds. We shall sit and witness unrest. Your Minister of Violence, your Maestro of Mayhem has spoken. The first game we saw, Cyclone Gaming versus Rage Esports, and Cyclone washed Rage Esports 4-0 on Control. Washed them completely, 4-0. Then we get the news that Cyclone Gaming, after all their efforts, have been completely disqualified because one person decided to use an annihilator. Operator skills are not allowed in this tournament. So unfortunately for them, all that effort meant nothing. Finally sent another room code. Jeez. Players in match, really? Really? Anyway. Rules are rules. Rules are rules. Yeah. Cyclone Gaming had OP players. Probably the most OP players will see this side of the continent. Probably the most OP players will see this side of the continent. Cyclone Gaming has them all on their roster. And somehow the rules escaped them. And they were kicked out faster than they could blink. Monarch versus Rage. Okay. Monarch versus Rage is what's supposed to go next. Because Rage esports have beat Cyclone Gaming on a disqualification. Inferno versus Elite Gamers. Elite Gamers did not show up. So Inferno are supposed to face off against the Outlaws in the semi-finals. The room have been sent. The players seem to be in the game. So, did they start the game without me? What the hell, man? What? Hold on. These guys started the game without me. Okay. Alright, let's just get into the next room that have been sent here. Hopefully, finally we can see some action, because I don't want to have streamed only one game today. I read everything I'm reading out loud. I can't read anything with my inward voice. I'm incapable. Not going in. It's not going in. Get like 50 rooms today. Finally. Alright, finally I'm in the room for Monarch versus Rage. The semi-final game. Jeez, that took long enough, man. Took long enough. Any MP players here? We left. No come. They left. Bro rarely reads chat. Simp. I do read chat, but at least when there's a leeway in between. I don't want to take away from what's happening on screen. Let me go to the lobby right now so you can see what's happening there. Let me just mute everyone. So, Monarch versus Rage. Rage esports, represented by Indahize, Instinct, Depressed, Tipsy, and Saint. They had faced Cyclone Gaming and lost 4-0, but progressed to the semis as Cyclone was disqualified. Monarch Gaming won their game against the Dark Fate, which was played off stream. They won their game played against the Dark Fate that was played off stream. Rage Esports up top, Indahize, Instinct, Depressed, Tipsy, and Saint as their gladiators. Eric Walt, admin of the Contender Super League, plays for Monarch Gaming. Fox FI, Tokos, Zune, and Babyfriend, gladiators for Monarch Gaming. Rage Esports, Indahize, Instinct, Depressed, Tipsy, and Saint standing at the altar of violence for Rage Esports. The mode is Control. The map is Standoff. Standoff, a bread and butter map for the Call of Duty series. I think they've just realized they were in the wrong places, because the matchup says Monarch versus Rage Esports. Monarch Gaming versus Rage Esports, meaning Monarch is on the home side and they should be up top. So Monarch have switched sides. Eric Walt, Fox FI, Tokos, Zune, and Babyfriend walking the line, walking the plank, towing the line for Monarch Gaming. Rage Esports once again, Indahize, Instinct from Uganda, Depressed, Tipsy, and Saint standing at the altar of violence for Rage Esports. Luckily moving forward after losing to Cyclone Gaming, but Cyclone just got disqualified for using a weapon they should not have, the Annihilator. Operator skills are banned. Tayo Osunyomi. Rage Esports versus Monarch Gaming. Monarch are up there, represented by Eric, Fox, Tokos, Zune, and Babyfriend, but it seems Zune has left the room, but they're up top. Rage Esports, Indahize, Instinct, Depressed, Tipsy, and Saint. And it seems this guy by the name of Slow comes in as the super sub for Monarch Gaming. This is the semi-finals. First game streamed for the semis. First game streamed for the semis. First game streamed for the semis, and we're off. The mode is Control. Once again, most of the Call of Duty mobile community hasn't gotten a chance to get used to Control as a mode. So you might be seeing things you haven't seen before. The guys on console managed to get it last year. The CDL, the official league for Call of Duty, have had the mode for at least a year now. Mobile just had it introduced last year, but that's the mode of choice for today's tournament. As we get this started, the side of Monarch will be on the defense. On the offensive, trying to take it is Rage Esports as they send nades out. We're on Depressed camera. Sends out a trophy system as he takes cover by the tank, as he makes his way to the B point. The B hill slowly but surely. Tokos and company hiding behind that door, and they take down Indahize. Eric Ward takes down Tipsy as they clean house, successfully repelling them from the B point. In the process, remember, as the control mode involves both teams having their lives equally shared, 30 lives apiece. So there's no unlimited respawns here. You can't afford to keep dying out. Tipsy takes out Tokos. In the meantime, Tokos takes cover behind the crates and Fox wins that gunfight, successfully repelling B yet again. Rage Esports still clearly do not have a handle on how to completely cap any points on this mode. Control seems to be a proper struggle for these guys. They put a toe to A. Somehow Indahize dips in. Fox comes in for the defense. Still goes for the gunfight. Depressed is down. Takes cover. Tipsy wins that gunfight. Sends him to the respawn point. Saint comes through as the backup, but A is half taken by Rage Esports. They're on the clock right now. They have 40 seconds to cap both points or completely exhaust Monarch Gaming's lives, and they currently have the back foot. We are 10 lives on 10 lives apiece here. Now Monarch's 9 lives down. Commentators cast their more. Rage Esports almost completely having capped A, and they have capped A. They're on the clock now. 1 minute to cap B or completely annihilate the remaining 7 lives that Monarch Gaming have. Rage Esports having found their footing on control. And the Easy goes into meet Tokos, but Tokos wins the gunfight, successfully reducing the deficit down. 5 lives left for Monarch Gaming. 5 lives only. Instinct takes it down to 4. Baby Friend sprays from a distance with that CBR4. Tipsy takes the top of the tractor along with Instinct and Depressed, trying to spray and pray. 1 life left on the side of Monarch Gaming. They cannot afford to die. They have no respawns left. 5 lives left on the side of Rage Esports. 4 lives left. And the only respawn left for Monarch gets completely wasted as they lose that round of control. Rage Esports take the win. We now start off once again on the side of Monarch. Now on the offensive, having to cap a point. Looking at Eric, the admin on the Contender League, sprays and prays on that CBR4. Trying to cap anyone. Sneaky. Depressed is up top. Lose it. Depressed got him from the top side. He had the high ground and he keeps spraying and praying, but he lost that round to Tokos. Tokos taken down. Indahize goes down as well. Instinct plays on that SKS. A marksman rifle. Peculiar choice on a mode that needs complete slayers. Choosing a distance gunfight, and he takes down Eric Waltz from a distance. Successfully, as Slow forced him to retreat. The A point. Quarter way taken by Monarch Gaming. But they haven't fully capped it. And Instinct continuously spraying on that marksman rifle. Indahize taking cover behind this wall, waiting for anyone to show up. He doesn't know Slow is behind that van, and Slow makes the offensive. Knows he's backed up, and now it's a 3v1 as Indahize falls to that complete rush in numbers. As Eric backs up Tokos for the B point as they try to cap both points at the same time. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Sending Rage Esports into a frenzy right now. They were not completely prepared for that point. They were not completely prepared for a plan that should be considered complete madness on the side of Monarch Game, but seemed to be working for them as they have both points halfway capped. Tipsy goes in for the cleanup at A. He's in the hill. 20 seconds left to make any move by Monarch Gaming. Tokos, Slow throws in a nade. 9 seconds. What? But they lost. They lost as their lives were completely depleted in the process. Remember, on Control, you start with 30 lives that the whole team shares per team. And Monarch just lost their 30 lives. They're 2-0 right now. Slow starts off first, blooding Instinct. Indahize wins the gunfight as Slow goes down second on that round. And it's now complete frenzy as everyone is spraying and praying. The CBR4, the gun of choice, clearly on both sides. Baby Friend takes the high ground. As now Rage Esports are on the offensive. Monarch on the defense. Have they learned from their mistakes in the past 2 rounds? Can they successfully defend as they now bring the life count still 25 apiece, 24 apiece? Test commentators cast there as Instinct tries to go for B and completely gets repelled in the process. Eric Walt on the other side, defending successfully on the high ground, wins that gunfight against Saint. Depressed sends him to the respawn, but Rage on the back foot by about 3 kills. Oh, I stand corrected, 2 kills now. 3 kills yet again. It's a complete exchange of ideas and not diplomatically, as Indahizi sprays around that corner, waiting for anyone to come through, and he did get somebody. Got slow in the process. Instinct also got slow on the respawn. Indahizi is still spraying, successfully capping that A point, and it's gone. Monarch just lost the A point. They'll have B left to defend. Fox goes in as a backup. Eric's Walt and company holding B steady. Baby Fred on the offensive behind those cartons. But the Predator missile from Indahizi hits nobody. Tipsy goes over the tank and gets Tokos with a well positioned spray and pray as he goes in positioning himself into B. Somehow Rage have found their way into the B point. Monarch are on the offensive. It's a complete breakdown on their part as they lost their lives. I'm losing track of how these guys lose their lives in the process, man. I'm losing track of how these guys are losing their lives in the process. Indahizi starts off, sprays out, throws out a nade. Where's Eric? Who seems to have some fans in the chat right now, losing a gunfight to Tipsy in the process. Indahizi circles around, meets Tokos, wins the gunfight. Spray and pray to nobody. Predictively, the situational awareness to wait for somebody to walk through that area. Slow loses a gunfight to Saints. On the back foot on the number of kills yet again is Monarch Gaming, who now have to cap a point, who now are on the offensive. Rage on the defensive, which seems to be an easier task than having to take points from anyone. Instinct loses a gunfight to Tokos, which he clearly should have won out. Depressed from the high ground, strategically with a nade, drops down his Predator missile, taking only Fox in the process, missing Eric, who went into the A point but gets taken out by Depressed. Tipsy sprays, gets taken out by Slow in a third party. Slow still spraying, moving around with his melee now. Meets Saint quickly to his weapon. Primary does the job, spray and pray, but Tipsy comes through with retribution. But on the back foot, losing lives like confetti, is Monarch Gaming, down to 5 lives from a quick 10. 4 lives now. About to be GG's for them. About to be GG's for Monarch, as it's now 3 lives yet again. Eric hiding behind the alleyway. Fox playing it carefully. Baby Friend under siege by Saint, and it's about to be GG's. 2 lives left, 1 life left, and Saint caps it for Rage Esports as Monarch, sent to lobby, return to sender, lose this round of the semi-finals. GG's to them. Press F to pay respect. Monarch Gaming outclassed 4-0 by Rage Esports, who returned the favor that was done to them by Cyclone, who got disqualified. Rage proving that they deserved their place in the semis. Proving they deserve their place in the semis. Rage Esports returned the favor. Pain successfully delivered. The Bluetooth device has successfully connected. Pain successfully delivered. The stats speak for themselves. Rage Esports, Depressed, up top with a 34 kill count. Tokos and Slow were the ones carrying on the side of Monarch with 16 and 22 kills respectively. Attorney Joshua says tells Chikari to go take a cold shower. Eric Waltz, nice to see you in the stream for once, fam. 24 Canali. 24 Canali. In the words of the revered Black Panther. In the words of the revered Black Panther. We do not do that here. We do not do that here. That 1v1 business, we do not do that here. Showing you, taking you to the fixture side. Monarchs were facing off against Dark Fate. They won their fight, sending them to the semis. Cyclone did win their game against Rage Esports. They did win their game against Rage Esports, but a disqualification resulting from the use of an annihilator, an operator skill not allowed at all, resulted in the disqualification, sending Rage Esports into the semis. The Inferno moved on to the next round in the semis, courtesy of Elite Gamers not showing up. Outlaws also moved on to the next round of the semis over the Unsullied Army. I'm being told now the Inferno versus Outlaws game has Outlaws moving on to the finals. So the final game of the live stream will have Rage Esports facing off against the Outlaws in the finals. Rage Esports versus the Outlaws in the finals. Rage Esports versus Outlaws in the finals. Before we get to a finals matchup, pay the bills for 1080. This is brought to you by 1080 Esports, who do this every Wednesday. $30 giveaways every Wednesday on multiplayer. So don't miss out next Wednesday. If you missed out this week, sign up for the next one. Immediately after this, sign up just open. So just preemptive strike. Get your team in there. Try your luck. Meanwhile, let's pay the bill for a sec. We'll be right back. Short break. Alright? Bills have to be paid. This is brought to you by 1080 Esports. We'll be right back. Don't change anything. Don't go anywhere. And see, we're back. All right. Next game. Once again, Rage Esports face up against the Outlaws in the finals. The finals see Rage Esports taking on the Outlaws. You're wondering how we got here. Once again, a quick recap, because you know live streams have people going in and out because in Africa data is not a luxury. God bless you if you can afford home fiber, right? God bless you if your home fiber works successfully. How we got here? Monarchs were to face off against Dark Fate. Monarchs won that gunfight, sending them to the semis. That game was played off stream. Cyclone Gaming, the first game of the day on the stream. Cyclone Gaming versus Rage Esports saw Cyclone outclass Rage on stream on gameplay 4-0. But Cyclone got disqualified from the use of an annihilator. Inferno saw their game off stream against Elite Gamers, but it did not happen. Elite Gamers did not show up, sending Inferno automatically into the semis. Unsullied Army were to see off against the Outlaws, and the Outlaws moved forward. Infernos versus the Outlaws saw the Outlaws move forward to the finals as Monarch saw their way out back of the DM and sent to lobby by Rage Esports, who made their way to the finals. Sitting pretty in the final round is Rage Esports versus the Outlaws to end our day. Final matchup of the day. Rage Esports face off against the Outlaws. Now that you're all caught up, to the lobby we go. Outlaws up top, Tosin, Slothy, Nasty Snipes, Jaras and Da Vinci, the gladiators for the Outlaws. Familiar faces on the side of Rage Esports in the Hazy. Tipsy and Depressed so far, two of their teammates still not yet in the lobby. The mode is Control, the map this time round for the final best of threes. First map, Firing Range. The finals is always a best of threes, not just a one and done. The finals is always a best of threes. Pretty sure all the info is out there in the open now. You guys have every bit of info you needed. If you have any questions, throw them in the chat where we'll subsequently not read them. It's 2-4 Canali. 2-4 Canali, not 24. Fam. When I see numbers going subsequently, I read them how they are. Alright then, 2-4 Canali. Faraja being a betting man, places Rage Esports to win. My guy is risky bet. Rooting for Outlaws, it's Nero. Nero is placing her bets on the Outlaws. Again, risky bet on both sides. All right. Once again, for the final game of the night, it's the Outlaws up top versus Rage Esports on the mode Control. I haven't put my face on the camera for a while now. Let me sip my throat sanitizer. To end things today, the game is Call of Duty Mobile. Brought to you by 1080 Esports and Carbon. $30 on the multiplayer Showdown every Wednesday. Live on this channel. And I'm also going to plug my personal channel. What the heck? Right? My personal channel, just so I can get a few subs for you guys. Is there. Right there. Right there for you guys. Eugene Abudel. You'll find more esports related content and commentary on other tournaments right there. Outlaws up top, Tosin, Slothy, Nasty Snipes, Garas and Da Vinci. Standing at the altar of violence for the Outlaws team. On the side of Rage Esports, it's Indahize, Tipsy, Saint and Depressed as they wait for one more member. Maybe a super sub? I don't know. All I know is the final round, the finals of each of these Wednesday tournaments is a best of threes and the first map will be Firing Range. Bread and butter from the Black Ops series. The mode Control, only introduced to Call of Duty Mobile last season, has a lot of people not knowing how to feel about it. Most of you have been used to hardpoint, domination and search and destroy, and Control has shaken things up. Especially with the element of what most people are finding hard to get used to is the element of the whole team sharing lives. The whole team sharing lives is bringing trouble to these guys. As we're seeing teams struggling with that element, they forget that their life count is being hurt in the process as they send bodies forward. That's the downside of control. Let me just, for those who still don't understand what this is, right? Both teams share an amount of lives at the beginning. It's not unlimited respawns like every other mode. Each team starts off with 30 shared lives. There are 4 rounds in each control game. You can either cap both A and B if you're the team on the offense. On the defense, you defend. That's your job. It's that simple. That's control. For the final time, we're about to get underway for the final match of the day. The Outlaws face up against Rage Esports. And we are getting this show on the road right now. Let's go. Rage Esports in blue. No, Rage Esports in yellow rather. Outlaws in blue. Violence has commenced. Let's go. On the defense is the Outlaws, who are now being sprayed completely by Indahiz, who takes down Slothy and Tosin in one foul swoop. Waiting by the entrance of that mid house. As Da Vinci waits, comes through and is taken down. Out Indahiz, it provides the assists on those kills as Saint does the job of defending. On the other side, Slothy and company move through for the A point. They're struggling to send bodies into the A point and they're paying with their lives literally. But they somehow have the upper hand. Rage Esports have the upper hand rather. As the Outlaws just lost... Oh my goodness, I just realized what's happening. The Outlaws just lost A. They were defending. Rage Esports took A successfully as they completely outclassed them, sending bodies repeatedly into the A point. Now they have 2 men in the B point waiting. Nasty snipes. Up top. Up top. Who was waiting up top? I think it was Tipsy who was up top. No, it's Saint who's up top. Saint is up top. Tipsy, Timsy rather, has taken the high ground and Saint assists by taking out Garas on that one. Indahize sprays, takes cover. Timsy throws in a nade for support. Garas comes through, sees Indahize, takes him down. Successfully, Timsy wins the gunfight instead. Nasty snipes. Unlike the name, not playing on the sniper today. Remember this one, the final round is a best of 3s. And currently Rage Esports have the upper hand in terms of kills. And having already capped the A point. 14, yeah, you just heard it. Running out of lives is Outlaws as Nasty Snipes gets sent off by Tipsy, who blew up the car strategically. Indahize bringing support as 1 life left for the side of the Outlaws. Completely outclassed in round 1. This is the first match. Yes, this is the first match of the best of 3s. Speak for yourself. The first match of the best of 3s. But each round of control has 4 rounds. So you have plenty of gunfights to come through. Don't worry. For this final round, it's a best of 3s on this control one. But each control has 4 rounds. So yeah, plenty of time. First, sending himself forward is Da Vinci, who gets cleaned out by Depressed. Who gets also cleaned out in return by Garrus, who was waiting in the wings. Tosin cleans out Tipsy. Firm control of B as the Blues Outlaws having bodies in the B point, almost fully capping it. Saint comes through to try and defend. There was the 50 GS, that Deagle doing the job. But now the B point has already gone the way of the Outlaws, who've returned the favor and want to even the odds, having learned their lesson from the first round. The kill count, the life count rather, is still pretty much the same. 21 on 21. Now in this gunfight, Saint loses it to Da Vinci, who's circling around to try and cap that A point left. And they now have two men in there, Tosin and Da Vinci. They're waiting. Depressed sends his way in, but Tipsy strategically from that wasn't even a window, but just picked any gap in that shed. And Timsy tries to find any leeway, slides through, sent out of the DM. Indahize comes through, sent out of the DM as well. Complete rejection as the A point almost fully capped. Outlaws learned their lesson. Two men responsible for this cap. It's Da Vinci. Now Slothy with the backup. And they have evened the odds. We have a game here. Outlaws versus Rage Esports. 2 for Canali. You want a nuke. In my honest opinion here, is both teams seem to be in a way evenly matched. Slothy goes out as they're cleaned out by Tipsy and Saints, who are now on the offensive, going straight for the A point. Slothy comes through for the recovery, trying to find his way in. Can he? Sprays and prays. Tipsy wins the gunfight from a distance. There's no harmony on that CBR4, going brrr as Da Vinci tries to find the same leeway into the A point, which they just lost. But Da Vinci wins the gunfight. So waiting for Tipsy to come through to clean house. As Rage Esports now looking to waste the lives on the side of Outlaws. Trading blow for blow here. Predator Missile gets one person in there. And here's a victim of that one from Da Vinci, who sends out a hunter killer drone. The poor bastard about to receive that hunter killer. Defended successfully by that trophy system. But now as they try to move on for the B point, Rage sending bodies on one side, but Outlaws wise to their act, heavy on defense. All 5 men approaching from different sides. Score streaks raining hell. Saint from a distance, receiving the anointing of bullets. Indahize sends himself forward. Brave man. They have to advance. They have to force a movement, but Gareth defends. Depressed stops him in his tracks as he also tries to find a gap in the outlaw defense, and he finally flanks them. And they're now facing an onslaught as they lose lives like confetti. 10 down. 10 left. While Rage Esports have 16. Timsy and Depressed in the A point, capping successfully. But Tosin spraying, goes in for the defense to try and defend that. Tipsy takes him down. Tipsy taken down in the process. Timsy goes through along with Depressed, leading the charge. Trophy system out. Depressed speaks through, takes down Nasty Snipes. 4 lives left on the side of Outlaws, who are now bearing the heavy brunt with 2 lives left, and all lives left in a flash as the Outlaws fall behind yet again. There is a poll in the comment section. Who's your vote? Who's your vote for this win? Rage in yellow, Outlaws in blue. The flashbang to the face of Garrus, who's now held in place, but Indahize now already successfully on the defense point, repels him. Holding, sees Nasty Snipe, stops him, sees Slothy. Slothy does the job of sending him out, as he now has a 1-man hold over the A hill. Saint comes in for the defense, but he's facing a gunfight from a distance as he tries to repel his way from what he doesn't know is a full squad coming through, but the Predator Missile from Tipsy does the job of relenting, or gives him some relief rather. And now heavily outgunned, Outlaws are 18 lives left, 24 on the side of Rage Esports, being heavily outgunned. the first round of this best of threes. The third round of this particular control match. Or rather the fourth round of this control match, as we've had where the score is 2-1. Now Outlaws try a ballsy move of trying to cap both points to confuse Rage Esports. Garrus responsible on the side of B. Depressed stops that advance, but the only thing that does for them is help them lose their lives as Da Vinci comes through to the relief and takes down Timsy, giving room for Slothy to come through for the backup. Tosin to complete that cap, as they've already taken half of A and now they have B. They have room to go and capture A. Slothy sends his way forward, meets Saint, sees Depressed, he's by a truck, takes down Depressed. They are now having room for a comeback, an unlikely comeback. They have 5 lives left, but they still can cap A. It's not impossible. He's waiting by the entrance, wise to his act, but Nasty Snipes could not react fast enough. Slothy sends down his Predator missile. Depressed, 3 lives left. They have to make a move, the Outlaws. They can take this, but they need a clean advance on their end, as Slothy clean out the clock on the side of Rage Esports, who in turn take advantage and clean out the last life they had left. Ballsy move on the side of Outlaws, who almost had their hands on the impossible. Now on the defense is the Outlaws. On the offense, Rage Esports, they go straight for A. Timsy sends out a flashbang which hits no one. Tipsy goes in instead, as Nasty Snipes, Da Vinci and Garrus were waiting in the wings for him. They decide to rotate for B instead. Rage Esports, Slothy left alone to wait on the defense, about to face a 3-man onslaught, takes down one in the Hize, and Tipsy left to go in for the B point cap. Saint comes through as the backup, but Tosin was waiting from a distance. In the Hize does the job of making sure they have a clear line of sight as they comfortably try and take B. It's no longer try, as they now have a comfortable hold on B. The Outlaws side far off from the point. They can do nothing but watch as B slips from their fingers and now tries to frustrate them as they advance on A. All bodies moving that side. 24 lives apiece. Depressed, facing a gunfight from Tosin, loses it. Slothy sprays the entrance as there was smoke there. Indahize saw the end of that. Timsy hiding behind the pickup takes advantage and gets the kill on Slothy, who was waiting by that entrance. Sprays, takes 2 for the price of 1, taking the A point. Tipsy comes as backup. Tipsy and Timsy super tease as Nasty Snipe was also repelled. Da Vinci comes through, forcing his way in. Super Tanzanian player sprays the entrance, tries to defend on the side of the Outlaws, does the job, takes down Indahize. Saint facing up a gunfight elsewhere by the entrance, loses it. Nasty Snipes also spraying and praying by that entrance, trying to find his way into that hill for the defense. Timsy tries to rotate. They're trying to find a way into A, but they're just losing lives. Rage Esports, it's now 10 lives apiece. Who's going to go down first? Who has the top slayers now? 1 life down. Outlaws on the back foot, both on rounds and both on lives. 8 lives apiece left. It's now a game of slayers. Saints reduces the deficit, gives them the advantage. Rage Esports clear advantage by 1 life. 2 lives, commentators curse. 3 lives, commentators curse. Outlaws frantically. Da Vinci tries to repel, does so successfully. Timsy comes through, meets Da Vinci, and the clock makes it GG's on the side of Outlaws, who lose 4-1. 4-1. on that particular round. 4-1 on that particular round. Where did I say Poltergeist 2 for Canali? When? I don't recall saying the word Poltergeist at all. I don't know what's happening, but I came to witness chaos, violence corner. Once again, Control is a new mode to most people, but it's already been here for one season. To most, it's a new mode, but it's already been here on Call of Duty for one season. Most people are getting used to it. 1080 Esports decided the pro players will have to get used to it by force. It's a Control only tournament today. Tonight rather. Remember, it's a best of threes. Outlaws versus Rage Esports. Best of threes for the final round of this tournament. The stats in favor, obviously, of Rage Esports, who have won that first round of the best of threes. We go into slums. Jeez. Slums. Che. Slums. You know, I hate to go to a map as open as slums on a mode I don't even understand as of yet. On a mode I haven't gotten used to as of yet. That's a hard ask for them. That's a hard one. Slums second map for the finals of this best of threes. Can Rage Esports completely outclass them 2-0, or the Outlaws even the odds and stay alive to prove themselves in this finals? Round 2 of the best of threes. Mode is Control. Let's take this show on the road. Outlaws in blue, Rage Esports in yellow. Second Control match. They advance for B. Both sides, a meeting of ideas, going straight for B. From a distance, Indahiza tries to spray, hits Garrus with one shot. But it's now 28 apiece as Rage Esports lose 2 lives in one swoop. 27-26. Indahize on the front takes down Nasty Snipes. Timsy spraying and praying. No dice. Saint comes through, sends himself in, doesn't see Sloth. He saw him, but Tosin took advantage from a distance, watching entry and slides into that beep hill. Rage on the offensive. Rage on the offensive, having to cap the B point, having their uphill battle of having to cap that point. 20-18 is the score right now. Tosin covering the A point. Nobody has thought to go for the A hill as of yet. He's about to see Tipsy was waiting strategically behind that exploded van. Da Vinci still holding by A, as now Tipsy and Timsy rather are holding the B point. Timsy goes in for the cap along with Depressed, trying in for B. 17 seconds to hold B, 17 seconds to cap B. Clock has stopped as they're taking it. They had a foot in on A, a toe in on A, but it's completely cleaned out, and now have successfully capped B. Once again on the clock, A left. Outlaws left to defend A with everything they have. They're on the back foot yet again on lives. 10-15. Tipsy sprays from the outskirts in the hizzy side of the entrance. What looks like AFK, but he's back. Down on lives is Outlaws. 9-13. Indahize takes him down. Da Vinci, the Tanzanian player, on the Outlaws side. Slothy tries to find his way into the hill. Anyway, defense by any means necessary. The Ministry of Defense on the side of the Outlaws is working overtime as they're losing lives, but they're trying to bring it back. The odds are even now. Lives are even. 7-on-6. They're now ahead on the live count. Rage Esports on the back foot in terms of lives. They're on the clock, 20 seconds in to try and cap A. Under pressure. Slothy holding by the window. Frags the man in window, takes 2 at the price of 1. They have 4 lives left. Rage Esports. Now Outlaws have reset the game. But wait, it's 4 lives apiece. It's 4 lives apiece. As the Rage Esports guys have a body inside the hill, stopping the clock for a second, and now the clock is up again. As the clock is up and their lives are down, the Outlaws win that round to put themselves on the score count. 1-0 on this second round of Control. It's a best of 3s. They're finally on the scorecard. Have Outlaws finally found their ground? Tipsy sprayed as he goes in for B. Rage Esports on the defense. Outlaws on the offense. Nasty Snipes is trying to spray by any means necessary. Da Vinci tries to sense himself in. Risky as Garras tries to find any leeway in there as well. On the back foot in terms of lives. By 3 lives already. Saint sprays at Garras. No dice, he loses that gunfight. He now has backup in the form of Tosin, who's now going in for the B point as the Outlaws are trying to cap B fully. But in the process, they're now losing lives. They're now losing lives as they try to take the B hill. They send 3 men in the Nasty Snipes, Garras, and Da Vinci. Tosin comes through. It's a full squad. And they have forced their way into B. They're determined to go for that hill. They're determined to go for that point. It's now 20 apiece. 20 lives left on each side. As the Outlaws successfully take B, Timsy fails that gunfight to defend. A is all that's left for the Yellows. Rage Esports in yellow, full, taking strategic points at each entrance to try and prevent their last stand. They're on the back foot by 2 lives. Easily recoverable. Tosin sees someone by the window. He knows someone's waiting there. Tries to take a shot through the wall. Takes 1 down. Advantage of lives. Any advantage in lives is an advantage at all. Da Vinci takes another advantage, but Timsy takes 2 with him. Da Vinci and Garras, as Tipsy makes it 3. 6. They still have an advantage of 6 lives. Make that 8 lives now. 9 lives. As the Outlaws are sending a strong statement on the slums map. All predictions for Rage Esports to win this comfortably might be going out the window, as Outlaws have suddenly pulled it together. Whatever they told each other over the break, it's working. But the A point still firmly defended. They're on the clock. They have to move, make a move now. Not just in terms of kills, not just in terms of frustrating Rage Esports on kills, but also on the point to stop the clock. Because each time they have a body in the hill, the clock stops. Sloth is the person to do that, but sent out. 3 lives left. Outlaws, they now have to send all their men into the hill, claim the kills, as they're now on the clock. 2 lives left on the side of Rage Esports. 10 seconds. They've stopped the clock. Slothy is in the hill. As they lose their remaining lives, Rage Esports go 2-0 on this round of Control. They're still ahead with a 1-0 lead in the best of threes overall. But in terms of this particular game of control, they have fallen behind. Slums just does not seem to be their map, as Rage Esports now are on the offensive to try and cap B, which is where they've sent their full team. But Slothy and company were just waiting for them. Slothy sees Indahize comes through but loses the gunfight. Tosin luckily was waiting along with him. Garrus also still in there. The Ministry of Defense on the Outlaws side working overtime as the Outlaws are working to stay in this. Garrus takes down Timsy, sprays, doesn't know it's Indahize and Depressed waiting there, but he sees Hertz Depressed a bit. Depressed retreats. Indahize forces his way in, but Da Vinci defends. Meets Depressed. Depressed takes advantage, cleans house, and finds his way in as Rage Esports dip a toe in the B point. Timsy and Depressed, they're in there as Garrus tries to find his way into that hill. That hill almost fully taken. Garrus has to make a move. Any move. Sees Indahize. Sees Timsy. That hill almost fully taken, but it's already gone. It's now up to them, Outlaws, to defend A with everything they have. Once again, they're still up front in terms of lives. 19 on 14. Rage Esports have the uphill task of making sure they have played a perfect game in terms of preserving their lives. Saint sends himself forward. They're now heavily on the back foot. 8 lives left. 8 lives behind Outlaws. Rage Esports suffering heavy losses in terms of lives. Remember, both teams start off with a shared amount of lives, 30 lives each, shared among the team. You cannot afford to waste your respawns. Tipsy, in the process of trying to cap A, Rage Esports are losing their lives literally. Literally, the perfect Ministry of Defense working overtime on the Outlaws side. Garrus single-handedly on the outskirts takes 2, but Saint stops that streak. The Rage Esports guys have 2 lives left. Tosin, victim of Saint, who retreats, who have to play a careful game but are still on the clock. 5-4. It's GG's as they lose their last life. Outlaws 3-0, sending a message. They're now on the defense. The Outlaws are on the defense. Where do they go? They go straight for A. The one point they had not been going through the whole time. And Tipsy saw that move coming. Garrus under fire, and Tipsy takes him out. Now on the back foot in terms of lives. 26 on 30. They've already lost 5 lives, a full squad wipe. Full squad wipe down. But they're reducing the deficit. This last round feels a bit feral. Feels a bit more of taking lives only. Less OBJ playing here. But they go for B. Garrus tries to distract it. A. Depressed was waiting in the wings. Tipsy and company head for B. As they're going for B, Tosin and company, as he sprays out, Nasty Snipes responsible for taking Tipsy out instead. Timsy's left waiting. Sprays through the window and he goes in. Finds his way in to defend. Slothy and Garrus come through, send him out. Going in as they almost fully cap B on the side of the Outlaws. Tipsy and company come in for the cleanup. Slow cleanup, but it's a cleanup either way that they need to make happen. B was almost fully taken as they, on the side of the Outlaws, they know this. They cannot relent. They can't afford to relent. Nade sent in. Tipsy sent out. Nasty Snipes is in the house along with Garrus to complete the complete cap of that B hill. Tipsy can only observe from a distance, gets taken out by Slothy, who third-partied him. Now A is left for the Outlaws, but they're on the back foot in terms of lives, and we've seen how fast lives can go down. They have 13 lives left. They've evened out the odds. It's 13 on 12. 13 on 11. They've lost 2 again. Tosin finds his way in with Slothy. Da Vinci holding on the other side by the alley. Tipsy sent out by a third party from Tosin, who's still in the hill, slowly stealing, sneaky along with Slothy, stealing their way into the A point. Timsy, Saint cannot find his way in, does find his way in, wins the gunfight eventually against Slothy, but gets killed off. But Da Vinci is in the hill, peaks a toe, but the hill is being cleaned out. They'd half capped it, but they now have to send more bodies in as they're still on the clock. 1 minute left to make any move, and they're on the back foot in terms of lives. 3 lives left on the side of the Outlaws, 5 left on the side of Rage Esports, who claim 1 out of 3, leaving 2. Da Vinci, risky move. Since Tipsy loses the gunfight, 1 life left, and they're gone. Their perfect score, their potential perfect score, ruined. Outlaws. Is this the beginning of a resurgence from Rage Esports? Or can Outlaws get their acts together and just win this and send it to a game 3? Can they win this and send it to a game 3? We're waiting to find out.
We've taken the lead. Be advised, hostile hunter-killer drone inbound.
Sprays. Geras. By the window. Tipsy's hurt. On the defense, it's Outlaws. A much easier job than the task of the offensive. Saints goes in for B. On the defense outside, preventing the Outlaws from successfully completing their mission on the defense there. And they've completely capped B rather. Rage Esports have taken B in what looks like a resurgence on their end. They still have the advantage of lives. It's a slight advantage, but now the only point that the Outlaws can defend is A. The only point that the Outlaws can defend is A, which might be an uphill battle, but it's looking like Rage Esports have gotten their acts together. About to pull up their socks. They're on the clock. 1 minute and 20. The lives are even. 20 on 20, more or less, as they're trying to find any leeway to send themselves into the A point. Seems like it should be easy, as they easily took B. But somehow you'll find that taking A is an uphill battle, as Indahizi starts them off as takes out Slothy, making it 2. Took out Geras and Slothy in 1 foul swoop, but Tosin spoiled that party. Geras comes through again for the defense, meets Saint, sends him out. Slothy was in there. Sprays through the wall, hits nobody. But the nade is going to come in there. But Tosin comes through to play spoiler for Indahizi as well. Depressed. Trying to find leeway in there. Nasty Snipes and Slothy are waiting in the wings. Da Vinci waiting by the alleyway. The Outlaws hoping to spoil the party. 12 apiece on lives, putting them on notice. The clock is running. 30 seconds and under. 12 and 10. 10 lives left on the side of Rage Esports, who've fallen behind by 2 lives. 3 lives make that 3. Nope, 2 lives again. 9 on 11. But they're still on the clock. 15 seconds. They have to make a move. The clock starts counting when none of your teammates are in the point. Depressed tries to send himself into the hill to stop the clock. but it's not working out. He got sent out, and it's all blue in the hill now. The clock is running. 5 seconds left. It's about to be GG's for Rage Esports as we're about to go to a game 3. 3, 2, 1. And with 1 life left, the Outlaws have sent it to a game 3. 1 apiece on this best of 3s. Outlaws have sent it to a game 3 on this best of 3s. This is the last round for everything. The last round for everything. The stats tell a different story for the Outlaws this time. 41 kills for Garras, who was working overtime. He was working overtime as a Slayer. Saint, the only one who managed to do the 30 bomb on the side of Rage Esports. The 40 bomb, only man to get it, Garras. Final round for everything is the Outlaws versus Rage Esports. The map is Summit this time round. Taking a look at the chat, Nero says the Outlaws, they bring it back, they level things, they show that they have earned their place in the finals. Meanwhile, Tito Baby, my man, simping hard in chat. You see that one, man? You see that man right there? Number 1 bullshit guy. "41 kills, fam. 41 kills. Heavy. Hauser YT says, let's go. You're damn right. Where are the persistence users? 2 Canali is asking. That's how it's done. Pressure, says X. Let's go. We have seen a game 3 thanks to Outlaws who've refused to go down quietly. They have refused to go out without a fight. If at all going out at all. This Summit is the map, Control is the mode. Premium violence begins now for the final time tonight. Indahize sends out a nade as they approach the B point. They are on the offensive now, Rage Esports. Depressed and Tipsy sent in swiftly for the task of capping it. Up top it's Da Vinci who takes the high ground, sees Indahize, sprays, sees Timsy, gets sent out. Slothy does the job, finishes him off. But they are now fully taking B. They have sent bodies in there full force, and it's Indahize on his own, who does not see the man up top, and Slothy on the other side facing up a 2v1. Indahize clearly lost it, but he placed his mark on B. It's about to be cleaned out. Depressed flanks him. He did not see Slothy. Slothy did not see him there, rather. Depressed holds. Sees Da Vinci, who gets cleaned out by Indahize anyway after taking out Depressed.
Capturing B.
It's 18 apiece in terms of lives as Rage Esports almost fully capped B, and Indahize finishing the job for B, going the way of Rage Esports, who are now moving quickly. Things are deteriorating quickly for the Outlaws. B is gone. A is almost fully taken, quarterway taken. They have the uphill battle of holding an A point, which is so open. Da Vinci out in the open faces up against Indahize, loses the gunfight. Saint as the backup. 3 men in the point. Trophy systems raining like confetti. Slothy comes through. No explosives rain anywhere. Da Vinci. Tipsy says no.
Be advised, hostile hunter-killer drone inbound.
Nasty snipes. Tipsy says no yet again. Sees Slothy. Takes down takes down Tosin. And Da Vinci does the job of stopping Saint in his tracks. Or rather Tipsy in his tracks. Saint stopped Da Vinci. As Rage Esports game take round 1 on the final round. Rage playing more like their first round. Playing more like the first round they played, in which they outclassed these guys. Making a swift job, like, you know, when a villain says they'll finish you quick and painless. That's what's just happened. They did not drag this out. They went straight for the throat. B was taken. Now Rage are on the defense. A almost being taken as Outlaws now send Geras into the takes down Indahize. Timsy still on the outskirts. Saint comes through, takes down Geras, who now loses his grip on the A point, which is now being cleaned out. They tried to dip a toe in B. That was not enough, as Indahize is manning the area, man. Eish. Geras. Indahize cleans him out with a hip fire that we... What takes 2?
Hunter-killer drone deployed. Failing this mission.
Slothy comes through. We can see him from a distance. Running there. And eats an RKO from nowhere from Indahize. Saint is up top, but gets cleaned out by Nasty Snipes, who's taking the high ground but cleaned out by Depressed. Geras does the job of trying to take B, but they're now heavily on the back foot. Outlaws being outclassed in terms of time. 10 seconds left to cap any point, and they're now heavily down on lives. 8 lives left so early in the game. 4 lives left. As the clock is counting, they have no points, they have no place. They've gone for B. They've sent bodies for B. Slothy's gone to A instead, and they've lost their grip on B and A at the same time as the clock runs them down, and it's game, set and match on round 2. Wow. This is not the same Outlaws that just played the last round. The Outlaws that sent us to a game 3 doesn't look like they're in the building at all right now. Da Vinci leads the charge along with Geras. Nasty Snipes joins him. They're now on the defense, and they're now about to lose B. They have the high ground, but they're looking the wrong side. B was almost quarter way taken by the Rage Esports guys. Saints on that Mark 10 goes ring around the roses on those tape recorders. Timsy rather.
Friendly hunter-killer drone deployed.
Peeks at A. Tries to find any entry into that. But Indahize and company clearly have B covered as he is in there and almost fully. As he taps in, he tags in depressed. He gets hurt and tags in depressed to go and cap B fully. Smart gameplay there from those two. Super teamwork. Now A left to cap. And the offense begins. Tosin defends. The CBR4 working overtime in this mode. Saint up top, high ground, trying to find any way of entering the A point. Garras taken down. Takes down Saint rather. From a distance he can't see anyone, but Tipsy caught him off guard, staring at the wrong side. Nade out, predictively waiting for someone to come through that entrance. Saint joins him there, but it's 15 apiece on the lives. Garras sprays him down, and suddenly Rage Esports are back on the back foot in terms of lives. They might have success in terms of the points, but they're on the back foot in terms of lives, as the time is still on the side of the Outlaws, with 1 minute left to do have any action on A, to defend rather. Rage Esports may have taken B, but they're on the back foot in terms of lives. They're 5 lives behind Rage Esports.
Hunter-killer drone deployed.
Successfully defending the A point. Successfully defending. Rage cannot find any way into the A point. They're completely being frustrated here. Indahize gets a kill on Da Vinci and gets down Garras as well. But Outlaws win the day in terms of lives, cleaning out Rage Esports on the Slayer count. They put themselves back into the game. Can they level things? 2-1. Going for B. For the defense of B. Slothy, no luck going for B. Does nothing but reduce the kill count on the side of the Outlaws. 26 lives. They are 4 lives behind now. The Outlaws suffering heavy losses, but Tosin tries to bring back the deficit. Still on the defense, this time is Rage Esports. On the offense, the Outlaws. They've sent 4 bodies into the A point, but can't cap it fast enough. Slothy left as the solo man to hold it. Saint comes in to spoil the party. Meets Nasty Snipes, takes him down on the Mark 10. Slothy still in there, taken down by the Mark 10 as well. No blue in the hill now. It's all Rage Esports. It's all Rage in the A point as it's being cleaned out. Nasty Snipes eats lead courtesy of Indahize. A still quarter way taken. Da Vinci did not see the man waiting there as he's frustrated by a 2v1. Nasty Snipes down. The life count not going the side of Outlaws. 12 on 18. 7 lives behind. An uphill battle on the side of Outlaws. Depressed versus Da Vinci. Da Vinci up top. Da Vinci down below rather. Depressed up top. Da Vinci trying to go for B. Tosin is in there as the backup. They're trying to stop the clock by any means necessary. Slothy comes through as the backup yet again, going for the B. They're forcing themselves in there even with 8 lives left. But Indahize and Saint had something to say about it, but it was completely silenced as the A point yet again somehow the Outlaws have gone for A instead. Complete confusion on their side, but they have a plan that seems to be ending with them losing lives. On each side, it's now 5 lives apiece. As Rage Esports also lost lives, a nade out courtesy of Indahize. As they go for B, the Outlaws tries to pull this back with a radical one last ditch effort. There are 3 lives on 5. Last ditch effort. Depressed does the job. 1 life left on the side of the Outlaws, but they can cap Cap B, and it's one life gone as Depressed takes out Tosin. One round for everything on the side of Rage Esports. Mac 10 is not a gun, it's an operator's skill. Clinton, really? You're right, it might as well be because it collects kills, you know. Saints sent down 2 members of the Rage Esports side, but he goes down in the end. Courtesy of Nasty Snipes as Timsy slides through. It's now a trade of blows. This is no longer objective playing. It's just a trading up of life taking. 24 and 26. B quarterway taken by Rage Esports in yellow. Indahize on the defense. No, on the offense rather. Tries to force his way into B. A also quarterway taken. Indahize is sent out. B being cleaned out. Slothy responsible for that, but a nade from Slothy takes out Saint. Timsy, fresh off the respawn, Depressed, waiting. Sneaky gets sent out by Geras. Was waiting where exactly? In the wings as Da Vinci cleans out Saint but took down Geras. Da Vinci taken down by Depressed and Timsy. The A point, actually the objective clearly no longer an objective here, as just kills are being traded now. It's a matter of who will finish off the other team's kills now. It's 13 on 13, we're level. It's now whose lives will go out first. Whose lives are about to go out first. 10 on 10. Tipsy taken down. The deficit going the way of the Outlaws, who may not have control over the hills, but they have control in terms of lives now. 9 on 7, an advantage of 2 lives, an advantage they so desperately need to stay alive in this. An advantage of 3 lives yet again. Playing carefully. The Outlaws, the advantage evaporating fast enough. It's now gone down to 1 as B goes the way of Rage Esports in the last minute. Dying seconds. 7 on 6 as Rage level things. 5 on 5 lives. It's now trading lives, trading blows, blow for blow, wall to wall. Depressed is waiting in the corner for anyone to make a move. Nasty Snipes is waiting by the stairs. Indahize forces his way up top. Timsy is downstairs. Goes through, about to meet Timsy. Geras and Slothy rather. Slothy down, Depressed and company doing the job. 1 life left for Rage Esports as Outlaws bring 1 back. Outlaws bring 1 back. The Outlaws brought it back. Saint up top. Leads up with Nasty Snipes. Wins that gunfight on the Mac 10. Slothy's downstairs. Does not see Saint, who rotated quickly, takes 3. Go switches to his sidearm, but not fast enough on the Deagle.
Hostile hunter-killer drone inbound.
Saint still trading blows on that Mac 10. Slothy, fresh off the respawn. Tosin, fresh off the respawn. Depressed. Goes up top, and currently the B point. Outlaws are trying to send bodies to cap B. They're on the back foot in terms of lives, 18 on 20. But Da Vinci tries to cap a few kills to bring down the deficit, takes down Saint, but they're still down 3 by 3 lives, 2 lives now. Indahize is waiting by the corner, takes down Geras. This could be the last round, or Outlaws could pull off another maneuver in terms of kills. They need to change their priorities. Nasty Snipes goes for B. I think he's trying to keep them on the clock. Takes Steamzy with him. As it's now 10 on 15. The Outlaws on the back foot by 5 kills. And falling behind further. But they reduce the deficit 10 to 13. Da Vinci down. As he sends them down to 9 kills. 8 kills yet again. They go for Bravo. But they're being sprayed completely as their lives are completely wasted. Tipsy. Wait a minute. It's Rage Esports lives that were completely wasted, as Tipsy did get 3 for the price of 1. But somehow Rage Outlaws did get these guys down to 10 lives rather. Yep. I did not see the number. It was Rage Esports who still have the superiority in terms of lives, as the Outlaws only have 3 lives left. 3 lives left to make any move. 2 lives left right now. It's about to be GG's as Rage Esports maintain their dominance on this one and take the win on tonight's tournament. Control, a confusing mode. It's not comeback season, Nero. Unfortunately, it's not comeback season. Heartbreak for the Outlaws. Glory for Rage Esports tonight. Premium tiers for the Outlaws. They tried their best, but glory for Rage. Feel the rage. Premium tiers for the Outlaws have to pay respect, but Rage take the glory tonight. Take the $30 tonight. We do this again next Wednesday. This is brought to you courtesy of 1080 Sports and Carbon. Thank you for joining me tonight. I have been your host, your Minister of Violence, your Maestro of Mayhem, Eugene Abu Dhabi. I'll catch you on the next one, guys. GG's. Thanks again. Thanks again. Right? Thanks again. That was something. If I can recap what just happened tonight. We saw the Monarchs versus Dark Fate. We didn't see it actually. That was played off stream, but the Monarchs moved forward. Cyclone Gaming is what we saw first versus Rage Esports. Cyclone swept Rage 4-0, but due to a disqualification from Cyclone using an Annihilator, Rage Esports moved forward to the semis. To their luck. Inferno was supposed to play Elite Gamers. Elite Gamers did not show up, and Inferno moved forward to the semis automatically. Unsullied Army were to play Outlaws. Outlaws moved forward from that round. Monarchs versus Rage was the next matchup, where the Rage Esports team cleaned out the Monarchs clocks. Inferno versus Outlaws saw the Outlaws move forward to the finals, and the finals just saw a 2-1 victory for Rage Esports, who washed out the Outlaws for the win on tonight's tournament. Once again, we do this every Wednesday live on this channel, 1080 Esports. $30 on the multiplayer Showdown. I am Eugene Abu Dhabi, your Call of Duty Maestro. We shall sit and witness unrest. Till next time, people. Till next time.